Video about if you should consider working for a company like better.com. I've actually never used their service. I've used similar services like Zillow.com to look at rates and lenders, as well as I refinanced my home through owning.com. I've never, in fact, used better.com, but I tried looking at rates, and the rates are not bad, aren't as good as what I could find on my own through, for example, Zillow.com. Supposedly, they make the process very easy and faster than usual. I think usually the turnaround time is around 45 days to get a new loan, but and they can do it within like 35 days or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyways, if you're considering working for a company like this, you may have not. If you haven't seen this article before, there's tons of articles about how 900 employees, or 9% of their workforce, were laid off a few weeks before Christmas, and this was done through a Zoom call. And it doesn't sound to be a good Zoom call. You can watch the video. It's on YouTube and stuff, or TikTok. And so that's one of the things. It's a little distressing to hear. Let's go back to the document I wrote. And so another distressing thing is that a day before this video was made, the Zoom call was made to lay off employees. Part of an SPAC IPO agreement, Better.com received $750 million in cash funding. You can read the article on Bloomberg. It just posted a few hours ago, or sometime today, December 7th. And it pretty much says that they were able to get $750 million in financing, and then another $750 million would be replaced by a more structured convertible note. And so it's disconcerting that they got so much money, and yet they had to lay off so many people. Obviously, they overextended themselves, probably. I could be wrong. And still, it's just interesting to know that they did this. Something to note, again, if you're considering working for Better.com, the CEO has written or done things in the past that aren't too great. One of them is that he's wrote an email which he's called employees too slow and compared them to dolphins. I have the article somewhere here, but I'll post it. It's in this article from NBC News. He emailed employees, and Forbes obtained a part of this email that said, "You're too slow and you're like a bunch of dolphins. You're going to be eaten up by sharks." I just don't know. That's very strange. And then it even goes on to say that the CEO went onto a professional forum app called Blind, and under the username Uneducated, he attempted to clarify layoffs for Better.com. He said that 250 of the 900 people were terminated because they only worked 2 hours a day. And he said some not too nice things about these people. And please note, this only accounts for 250 of the 900 layoffs. So it's just strange. It's strange to see. I mean, it might not have been him, but in the article from, let me see the article, if I can find it. Yeah, over here on fortune.com. This is the the quote, and I went on to blind.com because I just created an account just to see what was said, and you can read from other employees that it was a pretty good work environment, but obviously the CEO, some people like him, some people don't, but it's just strange, very strange. I wasn't there, but just reading about it after the after the Zoom interview, they mentioned that he made another call to the existing employees and then talked to them about what was going on, and even that was a little uncomfortable. So again, the whole point of this video is just to talk about whether or not it's a great idea to get a job here at better.com. Other things to look at is in the articles they mention, or the CEO mentions that the environment for loans are changing, especially for refinancing with interest rates possibly increasing. So let me see what else I was going to talk about. The other thing I was going to mention is you should check out the Yelp reviews. If you go onto Yelp and you organize it by newest first instead of I don't even know what Yelp sort is for, but go do newest first. You see that most of the reviews aren't that great, and some of them are honest. It's not about the whole layoff thingy, but some of them talk about how it's been using their service, and it doesn't sound that great. I think I'd rather pay a little bit more not to be put through this kind of stress. So again, check out Yelp if you're curious about the company. Same goes with Glassdoor. At first glance, it seems like it's a great company. 4.1 stars. Recommended to friends. 77%. 84% approved CEO. But then when you actually look at the reviews and you order it by newest, you can get like an outlook on how it talks about the company, and a lot of the newer ones aren't that positive. Another thing that brings up about Glassdoor is unlimited PTO at better.com. A red flag about these startup companies is they offer unlimited PTO, but that's not really a benefit because are you actually able to use the unlimited PTO? So I really don't like it when people post unlimited PTO as a benefit. It's not a benefit in my opinion. If they offered 5 weeks of vacation or 6 weeks of vacation, then let's start talking about that. So I mentioned those two things. Check out Glassdoor. Another thing I ran across was the Better Business Bureau rating. I was reading this article from Business Insider that mentioned the CEO's past, being accused of fostering a hostile workplace. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but this was written here on Business Insider. I'll include the links in the description. And you can read the Better Business Bureau complaints, but it only has a B rating, which I don't think is that great. So I'll leave that link here too. Finally, yeah, I mentioned the IPO. It's just in May they mentioned the IPO, and then suddenly it disappeared, and then finally there was an article today about the IPO. So they pushed it back, and you can see what the stock ticker would be. I think it would be this stock ticker. I could be incorrect, but I think it's that. So if you're concerned about or interested in investing, this might be it. I could be wrong. And also a hint of warning about investing in these type of companies. You can look at, I think, Rocket, Rocket, what do you call it? Loans or something. And even Loan Depot. You can, let me see if I can find the Rocket Mortgage stock. And you can see over here. You can see it's not a stock that's been going up in the past 5 years. It's just steadily gone down. This might be it. I'm not sure. But anyways, I'm curious to see what happens with the stock. Even though, what do you call it? The CEO has mentioned in the past that a lot of the employees have stock options. So, and so if you want to learn more about the CEO, independent.co.uk wrote an article. Let's see if I can find it, and it's over here. It claims that he has a history of fraud and mismanagement allegations, and so you can read up on this to hear more about this CEO. I don't know what to think, but they do mention that some of the things that he claims may be incorrect. So take that with a grain of salt. So finally, should you consider working at better.com? I don't know. If it were me, I'd probably pass. It seems like a very competitive thing. Someone called this a unicorn company or something. I don't really see it as a unicorn. It's doing the same thing that other companies are doing. It's just offering online loans for buying a house or refinancing, and might have a slick user interface, but from reading, what do you call it, reviews on like Yelp, Glassdoor, and even Blind app, the anonymous app for professionals, it really doesn't seem like, to me, that it offers like really experienced loan refinancing or loans. It's just, that's from what I've read. But you can read yourself these 3 websites and other websites to come up with a conclusion. So I think that's it. So good luck with your job search. Again, remember, this is a company that laid off 900 people a little before Christmas, and has a CEO that has said some questionable things. But I know you can make some good money while you're there. So you weigh the positives and negatives.